Today we are going to do a guided meditation, and this is a special meditation, and the technique that we'll be using is recommended by Ramana Maharshi. And we'll use this technique to try and reorientate ourselves to the heart and to see if we can find the divine and the sacred within us, our true heart. The meditation will last 25 minutes or so, so make yourself comfortable and commit to being still and doing it for the whole time. In this meditation we close our eyes. The first thing is to really get clear what it is you want. What do you want? What is it you want? What does your heart ache for? What do you want? Where we are going now is not in this world. So let's put down all our cares about this world for a moment, for the next 25 minutes. Let's let it go and just bring our focus within. To start with, very simply, imagine a light above your head. Feel it shining down into your brain, into your skull, through your face, down your neck. Feel that light shining, filling your shoulders, coming down into your arms and your hands. Feel that light filling the whole of your trunk. Feel yourself being bathed in a beautiful light, your buttocks, your thighs, your knees. The light has come in. Our intention is set. We choose to enter the sacred world of the heart, to leave behind commentary. Don't listen to commentary during this, just trust it and do it and you'll see. Letting go of commentary. Now the tool that we use to come out of the mind and to come into the heart is the word I. Not the I of the ego, not the I of your name, but the I of the heart, the I am, the I from where witnessing takes place. So with your eyes closed, with your commitment set, asking for help. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to be real. I need your help. Please guide me. Please show me. What is the truth? Who am I? Now when you say the word I, just notice what is happening. Don't imagine anything. Just notice what is happening. So we'll start. I, 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 Keep going. You don't have to do it out loud. You can do it internally and noticing what starts to happen. Your journey towards the heart center begins. And you begin to leave your mind, the mental realm. Keep going. Notice what is happening to your inner world. Peace is beginning to unfold, and that peace has a quality, a profundity that increases as you continue the practice. Come more and more into the heart. It's as if the I is breaking ice. It's as if the I is tunneling back to its origin in the cave of your heart. I, 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 and keep going, not listening to commentary. Nobody cares what you think about this practice. Just do it and you will find you start moving towards the heart. How is your breathing when you keep going I? Where does your breath originate? I. Where does the sense of I originate? I. With each mentally spoken I, you travel deeper and deeper towards the heart, and where the sacred and divine principle of life is there, the Atman. I, 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 As you approach the heart, you may find feelings releasing, emotions releasing. They are not of this moment. They are what you've been carrying, and they're what needs to be released so that you can go through into the pure experience of your heart. So let them breathe, let them release as you find them. I, 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 noticing how new focus is coming in the heart center. Somehow you're calling yourself back to yourself. You're bringing yourself out of your mind, out of the world of commentary, out of the world of thought, and you're choosing to bring a sharp focus into the heart. I, cutting your way through. I, You may experience thoughts or feelings trying to pull you out of the practice because it's not good or it doesn't work or there's something, but it does work and it is good. Disregard any mental noise right now and put your whole focus into gently calling the I, You can do it out loud, like I'm doing, or you can do it silently, mentally. If you drift off, immediately come back. As soon as you know that you have, then get back with the I, Notice how everything is changing, noticing how the world is dissolving, noticing how you're coming into the heart. I, 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 I will be doing it silently now. Keep just going I. Keeping your focus on the I, your breathing should become more and more shallow until it comes to almost a complete halt. And keep going with the I. As you enter the breathless state, then you know you're on the edge of the divine, the eternal, the unchanging. Keep going, I. Keep going, keep coming back to the I. Feelings of relief, feelings of joy, feelings of profound peace, feelings of real movement into a deeper connection. I. Let this practice cut through everything. Get back to the origin. Get back to the root, the seat of consciousness. The place from where all is observed and experienced. Bring our awareness, bring our attention back to this place. Keep going, keep going. The more you do it, the longer you do it, the more powerful it becomes, until you really can feel your heart. That eye, each eye returns you back and back and back into the heart. And this is the home of what is sacred, and this is the place where the divine is, and this is the seat of your consciousness. This is where the miracle of your life is enshrined. Bring your awareness, bring your attention, bring your full consciousness back to this place. This is the place that your consciousness arises from. This is the I that has the consciousness. I, 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 It's laser guided, it's direct you right back to where you need to be. I, Notice what is happening. There's two things going on. One, you're saying I internally or out loud. And then the second thing is you're noticing the shift energetically, experientially, that is happening. You're coming back into the heart. I. If emotions release and feelings come up, just keep your journey going with the I. Everything will resolve itself naturally and beautifully. Keep making your way. Pretty soon feelings of gratitude will start streaming from your heart as you realize you found something that works. Pay no attention to what your thoughts are. You've asked your thoughts, what is I, who am I? And they didn't give you a good answer. Now try something else. I. Keep going mentally, quietly, directing your full attention back into the heart center from where it originates. There is a peace here that is truly sacred. A stillness. A silence. Keep your attention with the practice. Now it should be as if the eye is directly contacting the center of your heart, and that you've cut through and you now have a direct connection. not interested in anything that you're thinking. Just do the practice. Make this journey. I, 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 Notice the subtle changes in perception. Where does that I reach to? Where does it come from? I. The meaning is the experience. What does it mean? Notice what is occurring in the heart. I, 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 I. So come back gently and beautifully, and know that this practice always works. You can spend the next hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours doing it, and it will keep on taking you into the divine, into the sacred seat, the source of your own consciousness, the I within. Share your joy. Share your joy.